Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Tato, back again with recipes that make you wanna cook. Let's get started, guys, and as usual, I will leave all the ingredients in the description box down below. To make this recipe, we're gonna get started by making our beef curry, and I'm gonna go ahead and marinate the meat with some garam masala, some Moroccan rub. I'm also gonna add some mother-in-law masala, some salt, and Greek yogurt. We're gonna mix that together and marinate for a minimum of about 2 hours. You can go as far as overnight. Once everything has come together, you're gonna go ahead and close it up and refrigerate to marinate for a minimum of 2 hours or overnight. Now, once we're ready to cook the meat, you're gonna go ahead and add a whole lot of butter into your pan. And yes, I mean 100% butter, not margarine. Trust me on this one. You're gonna go ahead and add your sliced red onions, and you want to saute them for about 5 to 6 minutes, just until they become a little bit translucent. Then for the aromatics, I'm using some bay leaves, some fresh chopped garlic and ginger, a cinnamon stick, some black peppercorns, and some fennel seeds, honey. Then you're gonna go ahead and saute that for about 5 to 8 minutes on medium low heat, just to let the aromatics do its thing and slowly release the flavors. Okay, then once you see that everything is coming together, you're gonna go ahead and start seasoning your onions. I used two types of curry powder. I used the hot one, and I used the flavorful and mild curry powder. I use these two because the hot one is gonna give the curry a nice kick and spicy flavor, and I added this one because I just love it. I love the mild and spicy one. The mixture of ginger and garlic, it's so beautiful. Then you're gonna go ahead and saute that for another 5 minutes. Once your curry is sauteed, you're gonna go ahead and add your tomato paste and some gochujang paste. Now, I love this paste, guys. This is my recent discoveries, and I just add it on everything. I know it's not standard for curries, but honey, I add and do whatever I want to add into my dishes. Gonna go ahead and saute that for another 3 to 5 minutes, just until it becomes so thick and pasty like this. Then to loosen it up and cook the paste, we're going to add a little bit of hot water, just until it becomes so smooth, and you're going to cook it out until it becomes dry again. Now, once it's dry again like that and the oils are releasing from the sides, you're going to then add in your meat and let it sit on one side until it caramelizes for, but I think that takes about 6 to 8 minutes on medium low heat, at best 10 minutes. And then once we have that a little bit of caramelization from the bottom, then we can start mixing it in. Now, once you see the water or oils coming onto the surface like that, you're going to go ahead and mix everything together. This is a process that you're going to repeat for about 10 to 20 minutes. You want to fry the meat for a good 20 minutes. Medium low heat, honey. We're not rushing anywhere, so you want to go ahead and fry it. It's going to give it a beautiful color. It's going to release all those flavors, honey, and just be patient with it. You can tell that your meat is well fried or sauteed when the oils are coming in and seeping from the sides, honey. Then once you're satisfied, you're gonna go ahead and add your chicken stock cube and some hot water to simmer down the curry. You're going to let it come to a simmer, then you're going to close the pot and cook for a minimum of an hour or 1 hour 30 minutes. It depends on how well cooked or soft you want your meat. The best thing about stews and curries is that once simmered down, the fat from the meat is definitely going to render and make a beautiful add-on to the sauce. As you can see, the butter is also forming up. That is great flavor. At this point, the meat is semi-done. You're gonna go ahead and add your baby potatoes and simmer them for another 20 to 25 minutes until they're soft to your liking. Then you're gonna add a little bit more of that hot water. As you can see, because the oils are rendering from the meat, it's going to separate. The water will be at the bottom and the oils will come on top. That's perfectly normal. Usually when I make stews, I will skim out the fat, but with curries I make an exception because it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And that is our curry. That is done. That is the recipe for the curry, honey. We're gonna proceed by making the beautiful and pleasing bunny chow. So as you can see, don't worry, the oils are on top and the sauce at the bottom is everything and beyond. Just look at that. Oh, amazing. Now for the bunny chow part of the recipe, I use some unsliced bread that I cut into half. And then you're going to make deep incisions into your bread. Okay, you don't want to make it too deep because you want to fill out your bread with the curry, and you want that, you want it to drip on the sides, right? So if you cut it too deep, then at the bottom it might be too thin, and you might need a lot of stew or curry to fill in the bread, right? And the other thing that we're gonna do is that we're going to toast the bread. Trust me, when you're making bunny chow, toast the bread, and it will change your life forever. So to toast the bread, I'm going to smear some margarine on the sides of the bread, honey. You can use butter if you like, but I'm using margarine this time so that we can toast the bread on all four sides and at the bottom so that we have that crispy texture. Number one is going to help with absorbing the liquid. The bread is not going to absorb the liquid too quickly that it crumbles because it has a sort of a hard layer, right? Sort of a hard barrier. And then when you're eating the bread with the curry, it's like flaky because you toasted it. Oh, honey, especially if you eat it while it's still hot, the bread becomes so flaky, especially if it's fresh bread. Okay, honey, so make sure that you're using fresh unsliced bread. Fagumoya, I'm telling you. So you're going to go ahead and toast your bread on both sides, on all sides, at very high heat because I think each side took about a minute or two at best. And I think the chow is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Then that is our bread that is nicely toasted. As you can see, I think it looks gorgeous. Then the only thing left to do is to fill the bread with the curry, honey. You can fill it as much as you can depending on how deeply you cut your bread, okay? And I wanted to make sure that the sauce is dripping on the sides, like, oh, it's dripping. Look at that rich sauce. It is so rich. And honey, I think if you Eat this, it's going to knock you right off. You might wake up the next day not knowing what happened. Then to finish off, I just garnished with some fresh chopped red onions and a little bit of parsley just for greenery and a little bit of pop of color. And that is the recipe, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Please comment down below and show me some love, and I'll show you back some love, and I'll see you on the next one.